In today's spicy Minecraft hardcore video, I am building up a gigantic iron farm that's going to be able to supply me with all of the iron that I will ever need. Not only that, but this iron farm is also going to be supplied with a bunch of workers and many more things. And honestly, building this iron farm couldn't have come at a better time, because our current situation is honestly just a little... I missed the ladder. It's honestly just a little depressing. Our iron farm is tiny. We got one tiny little villager farm up here, and ooh, actually we got a little bit of juicy iron in there right now. But as I was saying, it's just one tiny little iron farm. And now I built this up along with a couple starter farms, but yeah, the world's gotten a lot bigger since then, and the builds have gotten a little bit more extreme. And that tiny little iron farm just ain't gonna cut it, because what I do want to build up is a brand new iron factory right here on the coast, and I want to transform this entire coastline into essentially an industrial farming zone. I want to pollute the ocean. It's gonna all just, everything's gonna dump out right into the ocean, and it's gonna be like real life. As I was saying though, iron farm, boom, right there. But first things first, we're gonna need some resources, not chicken eggs. Now, as for resources for building this thing up, I'm definitely going to want a whole lot of spruce wood, because it's going to be like a coastal, oceany factory town type thing. Wait a second. Why am I chopping this down? Hold on. I just remembered in the last video, actually, I already chopped down a lot of spruce. A ton, actually. But then after I chopped down all the trees, Minecraft decided to update to 1.20, which, yeah, I had to do cherry blossom for this build. I mean, come on. Needless to say, we can already check off wood off this list. Plenty of spruce in the pocket. Now, next thing I'm going to want a whole lot of is probably going to be a decent bit of clay, because if it's going to be a factory, obviously it's going to have some bricks. I mean, I'm sure a million people have already seen a Cookie Gods videos. My boy Cookie builds some pretty swanky looking factories. It's just like getting clay is pain. Why is it gonna suck? Make it easier, please. Paul from the future here. Turns out I am a pea-brain, and there is a much easier way of getting bricks, and well, that's actually just villager trades. Now, my new #1 problem is that I'm gonna need a lot of emeralds, and ideally what I would want to do is probably build like a villager outpost farm type of deal going, because you could get a lot of emeralds that way. Now, the only reason why I'm hesitant is because I'd probably be tempted to use totems, and as most of you guys probably know that are following this series, we are doing a no totem run. I've never done it on hardcore before. Makes it high risk, makes my anxiety high. Needless to say though, yeah, probably not using totems. Anyways, my only other option is my villager trading hall, because the villager trading hall, I could be able to set up tons of Fletchers, do tons of trades for sticks, and get tons of emerald. There we go. Now we should have plenty of emeralds, so that now I can finally buy up a bunch of bricks. The only problem I'm realizing now is everybody is a Fletcher. I need stonemasons. Guys, I'll be back. I'll bring some potatoes. You guys are it's gonna get hot and heavy down here. I'm back, everyone, and as promised, potatoes all around. I just need some hard workers in here. All right,
the next morning.
There we go. Now we should have plenty of villagers, so that then I can be able to buy up all my bricks and finally spend all this juicy money. Oh, speaking of money, if you guys got money you're trying to spend, by the way, we got a PaulGG G Fuel Shaker Cup, by the way, just so you guys know. Link down in the description. Pretty special, unique PaulGG. And last but not least, the final thing that we need to gather up for our factory is a lot of stone. I'm just gonna sit here and get some stone. But now finally, with all the resources that we're gonna be able to need for building up this factory, at least to the way that I'm envisioning it, it is time to begin construction. By that I mean terraforming the land. Let's get to that. Oh, well, there we go. Perfect, actually. Hopefully this will be big enough for the factory that I'm envisioning. And with all that terraforming though out of the way, we can finally get started on the construction and building up the entire frame of this thing for starters. Now, first things first, what I want to do is essentially build up the platform mixed up with a bunch of different stone. The base of this is going to be stone. There we go. Now we've pretty much set up all the bones for this thing. Obviously, it's still got a little ways to go. It's kind of hard to envision it as is. We got kind of a slope roof going on over here, and then this one's gonna be triangle roof. Regardless, it's all in thicko mode. This thing's big, and I gotta load it up with brick now. There we go. Now we got the entire thing completely filled in with all the bricks that we're going to be using. And now I can actually get to accenting this thing a little bit. But actually, I really should put the roof on this, because the roof is going to be a little bit complicated. We got a rounded roof and then we got a triangle roof, and kind of blending those, it kind of sucks balls sometimes, I'll be honest. For the slanted roof, my goal here is to have it so that there's glass going all the way across like so. I'm also going to need to cover up all this brick with some slabs as well. And then we get to this part where it's going to be a bit more confusing, and I'm realizing that I didn't quite build this as high as I should have. Let's go ahead and build that up one more block maybe, which means I also need to rebuild this entire thing. But I'm also now realizing that that won't work. This is where I was talking about, kind of sucks balls sometimes combining these different shaped roofs. It ain't adding up. Looks like I'm pretty much just gonna have to slap a bunch of glass on it like so, and actually this should be able to work. There we go. Now we got our snazzy glass roof over this portion of the entire thing. So then now we need to start working on the triangle roof, which I'm going to continue the mixed stone look all the way up. There we go. Now we got a finished up roof. So we got our rounded glass roof right here, so we can get some sunlight in the building. And then we also got our triangle roof with some smokestacks sticking out the top of them, which I just put a little bit of hay bales on top of a fireplace, so you know the smoky is extra smoky. I don't know, is that still a thing in Minecraft? I thought it was back in the day, so I did it. Regardless, now that the outside structure is pretty much done, other than basically doing decorations, I also still now I actually just realized that we haven't even done the floors. That's a little awkward. Oh, there we go. Nice. That looks much better, actually. Matching the rafters up top, which actually I need to do some lights hanging from those so that we can actually get rid of these stupid torches. But most importantly, I do actually need to build, like, the farm. Like, I realized I got caught up in the structure, having fun building it, and that I haven't even started building the actual farm itself, which I'm still definitely going to need some villagers for this farm, which I think I still got 1 or 2 roaming around over here from back when I set up the tater farm. Oh, yeah. Look at this guy. Doesn't even know what's gonna hit him. You're coming with me, buddy. There we go. And then let's just, oh, sorry about that. All right, you're coming with me though. Ah, look at that. Industrial moving in, baby. Ruining the neighborhood. Now the goal is to transform this entire coastline into basically all these like factories and like a waterfront village type thing, where I'm gonna have like a docks. It'll look really cool when this thing's all done in the future, trust me. And it's all gonna be right next to the base, so then the farms are gonna be chugging along and we'll be mega rich. Easy peasy. Just gotta build a staircase all the way up now. And now technically I should be able to just lure him up with a job. Let's just get you out of that boat, buddy, and push you on land. Get over there, stupid. Oh, look at him go. He's so excited. New life ahead of him. No more standing on the side of the water, huh? Where'd you go? Oh, you're in my bed? No. I said no go, buddy. Get in the boat. The boat is your bed. And now all I need to do is basically just bring over at least 1 more villager, which I remember there being another one over here. Kind of let them roam, do their own thing. Oh, there's 2 actually. Don't mean to interrupt this conversation, but I'll be taking your friend. All right. Definitely realizing now that I should probably build like a villager breeder farm over here as well. If I'm going to be building a lot of farms and stuff like that, then usually you always need villagers. And I hate transporting these guys. They're so annoying. Here, and I'll park you right next to your friend, and then you guys could look over the fjords happily ever after. And now it is officially time to begin construction though, and my goal here is to basically take the already existing farm, but multiplying it, making it bigger, making it better, more villagers, more power. Because in reality, it's a decent farm and it's an easy farm. It's just that you're able to add a lot to it. Because I mean, yeah, no, this thing's filling up pretty fast still. Just not enough, you know? Just never enough. And so now with that in mind, basically what I'm going to do is customize a little bit more, make it fit to the new factory, and make it just a little bit better. There we go. Now we got both of the villager pods all set up. So basically what I need to do is just give these villagers some potatoes, and they'll, oh, wait a second. You better not wake up out here. I'll block it off until they have kids. But my goal here was to break this glass once they have kids. The kids are going to be like, oh my God, other beds. And then they're going to run over here, and then they're going to get trapped over here. And then they're going to grow up, and then I'll have more villagers over here. It'll be easy peasy. But now, while waiting for them to have kids, well, first of all, let me go to sleep, because they're not going to do it while they're sleeping. And just like that, they had their first kid. So then now the kid is going to get all excited and want to wander and go on an adventure. And he has nowhere else to go but over there, where he's going to be trapped forever. And yeah, but then once I got villagers on both sides, iron golems are going to spawn on top. Water will push them. They'll land down here. Water then will push them into a destroying chamber. Bada bing, bada boom. Once the villagers are done. Maybe we just fast forward to when the villagers are done. And in the meantime, I could just work on making this thing aesthetically pleasing, and then also finish up with the water channels. Oh my gosh, while I'm setting this up, we got our first contestant pulling up, just dropped in. The water channels are clearly working totally fine, but I just need to finish setting up the lava, so then the lava will do all the work for me. But first I need to finish up with the stupid chest. There we go. Now that looks much better. Now we got the slaying chamber all set up, so now so that's illegal. Okay, well, obviously this is a minor flaw in the system that is easily solved by waiting, and he'll just fall in the water. But as we can see, iron golem gets pushed all the way to lava. He starts burning up. It's hot in here, baby. Okay, I need to drop the lava down like 1 block now that I'm realizing it. He's not quite touching the lava anymore, and he needs to always touch lava. I'll go ahead and fix that one now. Excuse me, sir, I need you to die. And here we go. Now here's the final test. I had to drop down the lava a decent bit and also move the chest, but it should be fully functional now. With the double iron golem spawner pumping out iron golems, we should be able to get plenty of iron out of this. The only thing left that I really need to do is kind of decorate the outside and cover these blocks, because these blocks are high enough to where iron golems are gonna spawn on them, and I got to do that all the way around. Besides, I need to decorate the outside. It's looking pretty bare still. Anyways, and if I'm going to be doing decorations, I'm definitely going to have to fill in all of these windows, preferably with blocks, so that the panes aren't going to leave any sort of room for any iron golems to spawn. I'm trying to be as cautious as I possibly can. I also got to add like some depth to these windows a little bit, or like texture, you know, filling in these corners, putting some stairs, add some wood on top of it with some trapdoors, so that then no iron golems are going to be able to spawn, but also it just looks scrumptious. It's okay. You don't have to lie to me. I know it looks good. And maybe it looks all right there. Doesn't really look that good. Either way, I'm basically going to do that to each and every single one of these. Oh, it's going to look so much better when I got Optifine. I hate these stupid lines on the glass. I just wish Minecraft would make a special glass or something like that. There we go. Now with all the windows filled in, we add a little bit of texture to the outside instead of it being so squared off in all the corners and everything. A little bit more texture with the wood as well. The only thing that I really want to add is just some more light in here. It is depressing. Yeah, let me get to that. For doing that, what I want to do is basically make kind of like a little bit of a chandelier going down right here with just a few lanterns hanging off of it, and then basically do I wanted to do the same thing, but then it's not gonna be even. OCD is gonna kill me for this one, but hey, committing. There we go. That's looking a little bit better. I mean, they're kind of ugly, but what's a little ugly, you know? And with all the lights and stuff out of the way, the next thing that I do want to do is start actually building up a staircase, or down a staircase rather, towards the water, because like I mentioned before, what I want to do is essentially turn this entire coastline into kind of like the Industrial Revolution. You know, I want to have like a bunch of factories. I want to have a waterfront village right here. It's going to look awesome. It's going to require a lot of docks and a lot of building. But for now, since I did already chop down a ton of trees, I figured why not at least get started on this thing. There we go, with the staircase all finished up, going down into the docks. I want the docks to be kind of raised off the water as well, so that then you could kind of see the old sticky posty thing underneath the water holding it up. Definitely not going all the way to the ground with this. Only you and I will know this. All right, comment section. No need to bring this up. The supports are just for aesthetic. That's okay. And then now I got this nice little dock thing set up. I'll probably expand it outwards more because, like I said, this entire ridgeline is just going to be more buildings. Maybe also built inside of the mountain itself. The next thing I want to do is essentially build out a little bit of a widened platform right here, where we're just going to basically build up a nice little villager house. Nothing too special, you know, a nice little basic house. I mean, I don't think anyone's going to really be living in this thing anyways. I mean, potentially. I mean, once this thing's done, we got a whole village going on over here. My main goal, though, for this house is that I want it to essentially be like a not a windmill, but a watermill? Water. Yeah. So what I want to do is just basically create a watermill. Never done this once in my life, by the way. It might turn out dookie. You know what? Yeah, I already goofed. Nice. Go me. Go team. High fives all around. There we go. Now we got our watermill. I keep wanting to say windmill. Our watermill. And you know, it's like, I like it, but I kind of don't at the same time. Guys, comment down below. Do I just blow this up with TNT? Keep it a buck with me. Comments, please. Is it ugly? I need to know. I think it looks all right. Not in love with it, though. Regardless, though, the full wide view of this thing is really telling me that this is going to be a really cool project. The entire coastline looking like this is going to look beautiful. Beautiful. And also comment down below some more farms and stuff. My goal with building up this iron farm is because there's an iron golem up there. That's illegal. As I was saying, goal with building up this iron farm was primarily to be able to get a lot of hoppers because I need to build a gigantic storage system inside the mega base. What I'm thinking is to literally just line this entire wall with chests and then make it go down really far and just make it a really gigantic thing that I can be able to store every single item in Minecraft in. So comment down below some more of these farms if you guys want to see some. And if you enjoyed the video, make sure you guys smash that like button, hit subscribe, join the PaulGG army because we all know you should, right? And because I love you. Now go tell your mother you love her, and I will see you guys in the next one.